These days when we want to take pictures on the go, we use smartphones. But Sony also used to make small pocket cameras. And this model right here has a massive 30 times optical zoom in a small, compact body that you can easily carry around. It also has a flip screen, a built-in flash and an 18 megapixel sensor. It is called the Sony WX500 and it was released in 2015. But how good is it today? When we take a look at the build quality, it feels really nice. It's compact and easy to carry around and it has this compact body, but what I do miss is a great grip. So there isn't any grip here on the side, so that means when you are holding it, it doesn't feel that comfortable. Also, this was not the most high-end pocket camera that Sony made, so that means that there are a few limitations here. First of all, it doesn't have an extra electronic viewfinder. It also doesn't have a manual lens ring here on the front. As you can see here, the screen can flip up, but it doesn't flip downwards. And the sensor in here is not as large as the 1.0 type inch sensor that you see on the RX100 lineup. This one has about the same sized sensor as this camcorder, which is 1/2.3 inches. The sensor size is about the same as most mid-range smartphones, and what this means is that you will be able to capture a bit less light, so there will be more noise in low light, and the dynamic range will be a bit worse. But because of the smaller sensor, it does mean it has a lot more zoom compared to other compact cameras. So when we take a look at the photo quality, you can see that you can still take some decent photos with this camera. It doesn't have the typical smartphone look to them because it's actually a camera. So it is nice that you have the ability to take photos that look like an actual camera. However, because the sensor isn't that large, you won't be able to get a very nice blurry background. If that is something that you like, then this is not the camera for you. When you are shooting macro, then maybe a little bit of a background blur is possible, but this is not a camera if you want that portrait mode look. You can also see that when you go into lower lighting conditions, the photos will definitely start to get a lot worse. So you will be able to see a lot of noise, and this is not a low light camera. But when you take a look at the daytime image, you can see it is very natural and nice. So it kind of captures it like how you see it, but then you will also have a large zoom. So that is great if you want to see something that is very far ahead. And the 30 times zoom is optical. So that means that if you want to capture things in the distance, like birds, trains or cars, then this is a really nice option. For videos, it can shoot in XAVCS, MP4 or AVC HD. And when we take a look at the video quality, you can see that this camera is not really that good for video. It is decent, so you will be able to get a decent looking image, but the colors aren't very saturated. Sometimes it just doesn't look that good. You can only use the internal microphone. And when you zoom in with the lens, you will hear the zoom noise in the recording. But that doesn't mean it is terrible. If you just want this to quickly capture a moment, then it can still work fine for that. And this camera is especially fun to use because of the large zoom. It gives you a lot of flexibility. Also, there is no manual video mode on this camera, but there is a manual photo mode which works really nicely. You can adjust the aperture, shutter speed, ISO all manually, so that is great if you want to have a physical camera with buttons and dials, so you can change everything to what you like and get a nice picture. One thing to keep in mind with this camera is that it doesn't have the raw photo capabilities. You are only able to shoot in JPEG. For the menu system, it has the normal Sony Alpha menu system. Once you are used to it and know where the settings are, it is great. If you're using it for the first time, then you might need to get used to it. The autofocus in photo mode works pretty good, so you can just half press to focus and then fully press to take a picture. But keep in mind that in video mode it might be a little bit worse, but most of the time almost everything will be in focus anyways, so you don't have to worry that much about the focusing. But keep in mind there is no microphone port or headphone jack on this camera, so there is no way to change to a different microphone. So should you get the WX500 today? Well, if you're happy with the photos your smartphone takes, then use that, because a smartphone can take great photos today. But smartphones don't have that much zoom, so if you want a compact camera that can zoom in a lot, but also has physical buttons so you can really adjust the manual controls, then this can still be a fun option to use. But the photos will look like they were shot on an actual camera. And if you want a camera for video, then this is probably not the best option, because the video quality is decent, but nothing amazing. So what do you think of this small pocket camera? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching.